Hello, friends. First of all, I'm really thankful to Aditya Dev Sood of Startup Tunnel for providing me this opportunity to speak on Bitcoin, blockchain technology, and ICO culture. Before I begin, I must state that this is a very short presentation and I would be focused on the fundamental disruption that has been caused by Bitcoin and what has happened after Bitcoin. It's true that Bitcoin is a currency. Yes, but not just a currency. Bitcoin is much more than that. Bitcoin is a payment network. Yes, it's a payment network, but not just that, it is rather much more than that. It's a messaging system. So, you can embed any kind of data into Bitcoin blockchain and you can build another layer over Bitcoin. But it is not just a messaging network, rather, it's a general purpose technology. But not just a general purpose technology, the fundamental disruption of Bitcoin happens in something which we have yet not given our thoughts. And that is, Bitcoin disrupts the notion of corporation. When I say notion of corporation, a corporation is what beings uh, bring together for creating business across multiple stakeholders. For example, one create a firm, a private limited company, a limited company, a listed company. For example, Reliance Industries Limited is a corporation which has been possible by coming together of hundreds and thousands of people, and they created a system of generating value. They were supported by government, they were supported by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, they were supported by the entire stock exchange system to create a value. But what Bitcoin is doing is same but entirely in a decentralized manner. Now what I mean by that? When I say decentralized manner, I mean to say Bitcoin does not have a board of control. Bitcoin doesn't have any third party to get listed. Bitcoin doesn't have any internal identifiable single point failure mechanism. So what does that mean? It means that Bitcoin is generating a value which is identical to all the value instruments created in this world. So here my focus is only equity. For example, if Infosys, TCS, Tech Mahindra, Reliance, Airtel, if they are issuing equity and that equity is controlled by a certain regulatory framework, similarly, in Bitcoin ecosystem, that regulatory framework is controlled by laws of mathematics, laws of cryptography. And that is so decentralized that you can interact with any person, any node over computers without actually meeting a person. So it's a completely trustless infrastructure. So, what facilities were provided by banks? What facilities were provided by laws? What facilities were provided by corporate governance framework? All those have shifted now to a decentralized system where economy is provided by completely unknown set of players. There is no KYC. So, you don't know who is the real person behind it. At present, in Bitcoin, there are around 400,000 computers which are providing transaction verification services. I'm not saying Bitcoin mining, I'm saying transaction verification services. So, whatever accountancy job was done by certified accountants is now being done by machines, which are spread across almost 90 countries of the world. So, what I mean to say is that Bitcoin has caused disruption in not just money, it has also caused disruption in the nature of corporation. The way a centralized corporation can issue equity, here a decentralized corporation can issue a token. So, wherever value can be generated, a token can be issued for that value. So, if two persons can transfer that token between each other, it means we are creating a system where private money is possible. And that private money is being guarded by laws of cryptography and power of decentralization. It means we are seeing something very, very fundamental where the definition of money and the definition of equity have merged into each other. It means when you see at number of cryptocurrencies, you should not call they are only cryptocurrencies, rather you should call they are the crypto equities of the world, and they are listed on multiple exchanges of the world, and those exchanges don't control the flow of the value. They only are the signifiers or the representation of that value. So it means Bitcoin is actually enabling all those unknown common individuals that they can create their own economy, their own value, and share it by transferring to any person in this world. So it means in Bitcoin world there are no borders, there is no control of any banks, there is no control of any corporation. This is a fundamental disruption caused by Bitcoin. When I ventured into Bitcoin space around 5 years back, there were hardly half a dozen odd cryptocurrencies. Today, there are more than 800 currencies. Now, why this has happened at such a fast pace in such a small period? The reason is the capacity that Bitcoin ecosystem has unleashed in this world is unmatched. Nothing of that sort has ever happened in global monetary history in last 5,000 years. So everybody can transfer value to everybody in this world without any barrier and at a very low cost and in real time. It means we are entering into a system where not just money and equity will be redesigned, all other human enterprise definitions will be redesigned. But for that, we need a much longer duration of interaction. But I would conclude my talk with just one thing, that Bitcoin is a paradigm shift. When I say paradigm shift, in a paradigm, not just one concept changes, rather a dozen odd concepts simultaneously change. So in order to understand Bitcoin paradigm shift, you need to understand not only money, not only equity, not only private economy, but also the political aspect of this decentralization project. So I would suggest that Bitcoin is a shift which needs continuous interaction, continuous discussion, and prolonged contemplation by all sets of players. And what Aditya and Startup Tunnel are doing today is basically the initiation of that process and the continuation of that process in Bangalore, which was done earlier in Delhi last week. So I'm very thankful to all of you for providing me this opportunity so that I could share whatever I think about Bitcoin with you.